And we're back. How's it going, YouTubers? I'm Depker here, bringing you guys another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Axis GBA battle. Now today our opponents are Tyguy and DemonGyro from the Hoenn conference. Tyguy is Tyler, as Julian is DemonGyro. I'm going to be referring to them as Ty and Demon from now on, just to avoid some confusion. But Ty is bringing the Landorus T, Terrakion, Goodra, Tangrowth, Manectric, and Nidoking, as Demon is bringing the Hydreigon, Azumarill, Breloom, Heatran, Ferrothorn, and Lapras. So we've got a very, very powerful team coming from Demon and a very powerful team coming from Tyguy. Now, things that affect Tyguy's team quite a bit, the Manectric can put in a pretty good amount of work against most of his team, mostly being blocked by the Heatran. On the opposition, though, Demon has a beautiful core between the Heatran and the Ferrothorn, and he's going to be able to put in a good amount of work with a Azumarill and a Hydreigon combined there. He doesn't have a really good coverage for the Manectric itself, not very many ground type moves, but he should be able to get around that. But aside from that, we will just get right into the battle here. Now, if you guys are excited, please be sure to leave a hell of a hard like button down below, as it does show appreciation for this video. So Lapras is going to lead off for Demon, as Landorus is leading off for Ty. So he does get the Intimidate off. We're not positive on how much that's going to matter with the Lapras. It might be carrying the Ice Shard or anything like that. So it could matter in the short run, but probably not the long run. He does opt to switch out to his Goodra here, as the Lapras goes for Freeze Dry. That's going to do an okay amount to Goodra, but Goodra's a pretty bulky, tanky Pokemon. Don't see the leftovers there, so it could be an Assault Vest Goodra. Once again, not positive. But Goodra does just go for the Infestation on the Ferrothorn. That is very good, as there's a chance that this Goodra is carrying the Flamethrower and may be able to get some serious damage off on the Ferrothorn. It is carrying the Rocky Helmet, though, so that could hurt it a bit. Goodra is carrying the Flamethrower, gets that off on this Ferrothorn, and is able to take it out for a second turn, or third or fourth turn, or whatever we are in right now. But that is seriously good news for Ty here. Azumarill comes out, and Ty gets the T-Bolt taken down on it. Azumarill is going to go for the Play Rough and misses, unfortunately. Obviously, Azumarill can't stay in and take another T-Bolt there, so he's going to have to switch out to the Hydreigon. Hydreigon is going to eat up that T-Bolt pretty good here, and is going to go for a U-turn on the Goodra. I'm not sure if he was predicting a specific switch there or anything, but he is going to get the Gooey. Doesn't matter at all, as he's going to be switching out right now. We're going to be able to see Goodra go for another move, possibly a Dragon Pulse onto the Breloom, as it is a Dragon Pulse, and this is going to hurt that Breloom a lot. Bring it down to its Sash with a crit. The crit doesn't necessarily matter. It probably wouldn't have brought it down to the Sash, but it definitely was a 2-hit KO. So it does suck, but Tangrowth is going to come in against the incoming Spore from the Breloom. Breloom is going to opt to switch out, can't do anything to a Tangrowth, really, at all, as Tangrowth is going to go for the knockoff and get rid of the Choice Scarf on the Hydreigon. Yes, that was a Choice Scarf, I see. I started saying it before I actually saw it because I assumed it was a Choice Scarf, but he's going to opt to switch out to Goodra here again, as Demon goes for the Flamethrower with the Hydreigon. Hydreigon's going to opt to switch out here. Even though he wasn't choiced into an Flamethrower, I feel he would have been able to outspeed. But Goodra just goes for a T-Bolt and is able to take out the incoming Breloom. So Goodra's proving to be a very, very valuable asset to Tyguy at this point. Demon does opt to go to Azumarill at this point. Probably just going to go for an Aqua Jet, as that will be able to take Goodra out from its remaining HP. Ty does switch out to the Tangrowth, who's going to be able to tank that Aqua Jet pretty nicely. But the Rocky Helmet is going to hurt the Azumarill a bit. Not wanting to stay in, obviously, as there's not much that Azumarill can do to the Tangrowth. He's going to switch out to Heatran. Very nice play for himself. And we do see he has a air balloon on the Heatran. So that's very, very important here. He's not going to be able to take an Earthquake right off the bat, as it's going to be able to miss it. However, his Heatran is now asleep and did not close his eyes. Demon switches out to his Lapras. Interesting switch here, as he actually probably predicted a switch here and has now a favorable matchup against Tyguy's Landorus. So it's a very nice play by Demon there. And he opts to just switch out to his Goodra now. Goodra is going to take a freeze dry. However, he will not be able to tank it. And Goodra is going to go down this turn. Not too much of a loss, though. Goodra put in some serious work and has gotten a lot of damage off on Demon's team. Got 2 kills in the meantime. Did really well. Manectric is going to come out. Manectric is a powerful, powerful force to be reckoned with. And Demon switches out to his Heatran. So definitely a nice play. But it's still going to be doing a good amount of damage depending on what kind of set this Heatran is. Manectric is just going to Mega Evolve here, get the Intimidate off, useless against the Heatran though, and goes for a Volt Switch. Very nice, gets some initiative for himself, and gets a really good chunk of damage on the Heatran while popping the balloon. Probably going to opt to switch out into Terrakion here. Landorus would have been a good option as well. Just going to go straight for the close combat on the Heatran, and it's going to go down. There's nothing really left on Demon's team that wants to take close combat or an EQ even, or really anything, Stone Edge, nothing that this Terrakion wants to dish out. Azumarill is going to come back out here, obviously going to go for an Aqua Jet, possibly might switch it up, though predicting a switch out. However, he does just stay with the Aqua Jet. Not going to do anything to Tangrowth, and he's going to get Rocky Helmet damage down on the Azumarill. So Aqua Jet, again, he doesn't have a lot of better plays necessarily at this point. I guess he just opts to get rid of his Azumarill and have a free switch into his next Pokemon. So Tangrowth doing some pretty good work this battle too, being a core part of Tyguy's team. Lapras is going to come out here once again. Obviously, Tangrowth doesn't want to stay in on any of these moves here. So he switches out to his Manectric once again, who is going to be able to KO with a Thunderbolt or anything like that at this point. Once again, Lapras just goes for Freeze Dry. We have not seen anything else from it at this point, and scores a crit. So that crit actually is pretty important. At this point in the game, though, it's kind of getting to the end of the battle, and we know that it's not going to make a huge difference, but it does make a difference. So Manectric does get a Thunderbolt off on the Hydreigon, good chunk of damage, as well as a Volt Switch on the Hydreigon, creating a bit more initiative for himself, and bringing down that Hydreigon to almost nothing. Terrakion's going to come in on a Draco Meteor. Lots of damage is going to be coming off here. Let's see, shall it take it out? We're going to see a lot of damage, but no KO. So unfortunately for Hydreigon, now it's at -2 special attack, and it is definitely not going to be taking this close combat. So Hydreigon has gone down to the Terrakion. Unfortunately for Demon, he's not sitting in a great spot anymore, as Lapras is his only Pokemon left, and with Manectric left on Tyguy's team, it kind of seals his fate. So Lapras does just go for the Ice Shard, and that is actually going to not be able to take down the Terrakion from that remaining health. Lives at 1 HP, which really sucks, as the Lapras lives on 1 HP back with a close combat. So that's really, really close there. Not so much, it's kind of a pointless live, as he is able to take down one more Pokemon on Tyguy's team. But with Manectric still there, it obviously doesn't matter too much. He gets the attack drop, which kind of pointless at this point. Manectric is going to take an Ice Shard and then is going to retaliate back with a Thunderbolt, taking down the Lapras and earning itself another, a KO. So we had a somewhat close match there between Tyguy and Demon. As you could see in the beginning there, Demon wasn't reacting to plays very well in the beginning, and unfortunately that did cause him to come at a very big disadvantage later on in the battle when he was predicting plays a lot more. Losing Ferrothorn very early on in the match did create a very big slope that he had to overcome towards the end, and I actually have heard from both parties of this match that after this battle, Demon actually vowed to never lose another match for the remainder of this season. Now, that is a hefty goal. However, I know Demon pretty personally. He is a stubborn guy. And if he says that, he is going to make every match for the rest of the season hell for his opponents. So congratulations to tyguy. They're picking up a win in the Hoenn conference. That was a very nice battle. We had a nice little 4-0 there for him. So be sure to leave a like down below if you guys enjoyed this. If you are looking forward to seeing more battles from Demon and his vow to see if he can keep up with that, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you guys can stay tuned for all the upcoming battles. But aside from that, I am DemonGyro bringing you guys this battle, and peace.